new groundwater system is bringing much-needed relief to several households in the Ra province. Designed to provide a consistent water supply, this project will ensure that villagers of Naiserelangi and residents of the Ra provincial compound will no longer endure water shortages. Minister for Lands and Mineral Resources Honorable Philemon Vosarongo officially commissioned the new groundwater system, bringing reliable, clean water. Beyond these households, the system will also serve hundreds of people attending trainings, meetings and daily visitors to the Ra provincial office.
We've heard challenges that the ladies down at the village had shared with us when we were there. In the water system that they had before, because it didn't have the requisite pressure to support the household needs of the entire village as well as the provincial council office. The houses up on top are usually the ones that are disadvantaged, because with the gravity fall, it's usually just the houses at the baseline. With this, with this increased capacity of water, and the water table is quite a healthy one, the houses on top as much as the houses below equally have access to clean drinking water as well as water for shower, and they are very grateful and thankful that this water project has now been commissioned, and so it just makes life a lot much easier for them.
Honorable Vosarongo shared the project was the result of extensive hydrogeological surveys, drilling and infrastructure development carried out by the Mineral Resources Department. Funded by the Fiji Water Foundation and implemented by the Rotary Pacific Water for Life Foundation, this project will make a difference in the lives of many. This initiative under the Rural Wash Program is a testament to the government's commitment to improving water, sanitation and hygiene infrastructure across rural schools and communities in the Ra province.
For most of us who live in urban areas, we take water supply for granted. Because we wake up in the morning, on the tap there's water. But then, having said that, there are also other suburbs in urban areas where there's probably not enough water, or there's water but intermittent supply. So for rural communities like this to get a regular supply right on their doorsteps or in their homes is a blessing. And being a basic necessity of life, as the minister mentioned earlier, without water, everything else becomes uncomfortable as a human being. So, and that's one of the basic necessities that the Fiji Water Foundation tries to ensure that at least one village, one community at a time, from within Ra. Why Ra? Because that's where Fiji Water is located, Nyankara. We work in Nailala and then start moving out further beyond Ra. So, there's a lot more projects that they have planned. But then we work with the Department of Water and Sewerage and WEF and also the Rokoti office to make sure that each area of assistance is targeted, and there's a reason why we go in certain places. So one community and one village at a time.
Fiji Water Foundation as well as Rotary Pacific, they have been great partners with the MRD people. MRD because it has the skill and technical know-how in locating where the groundwater baselines would be, but we get funding. We also get the technical expertise from Rotary Pacific in laying of pipes and bringing in the hardware that would ensure that the project is completed. These initiatives are powerful, like Jeffrey had said. These are powerful aspects of public-private partnership. It's a model that works everywhere in the world, and I think it's a model that will and will continue to work here in Fiji. It's when private enterprises look at the need on the ground and they correlate that with the priority of government. And together we are able to launch projects like this that bring smile to people's faces.
The impact of this initiative extends beyond convenience. It will also effectively improve hygiene and sanitation. With this new groundwater system in place, it will also help mitigate waterborne diseases, reduce healthcare costs, and support local economic activities, including agriculture and small businesses.
Kau wabin kawali usara ni sama indola ni kuana mimba mwai. Kema mindu lenga tumai na vida batana yambaki. Ni mami lenga tumai na mimba mwai. Matakalilai sandu indola mimba mwai kuana wai kwa kimdo ngunu tikina. Ndola ngamai na mataka na walu rani songa na tini. Yami kemisa wawatu menga indola tale na kabi. Kebo ka kemami saba sonongo na kemami saba me kemi muaraka ngana wai na kena ndola ngana wai ya kemi saba rawa. Kebo ka sianga kemi na waraka sarna kabi. Menga indola tale na wai na kabi kemami ngai saba kina. Kebo ka sianga kemi na kutani mami sule wai lew. Me kemami le saba kina. Kem ba bina kan sama indola na wingo kem sa ba bina sarvali we kem do na vili utaki sama indola na ni mami wa ni serlai.
I think it's been a long time coming for the village of Naserlang. They've faced so much difficulties in the past in regards to water source. So now they have been they are happy in regards to the commissioning of a water project today.
Paano po nakaliwa na po ni kena o kuni iko na be kami bali na way na lamani nung korone sa lain kena kornea sa nindang paano po nakana po ni kena rungo di iko na ngangan rin leon ni puno na kambi imbi sa iko na way kena sama evo ni ko sa anto na kana ni may maro ni may paano po nak na po ni langka ni wan ndo ngolong balaw may badeng na leon ni puno na kena sama nga reviraw na kena evo di na way na singa pinakanikuha.
The pig industry is one of the cornerstones of Fiji's agricultural sector. It is a vital industry that contributes significantly to Fiji's economy, food security, and rural livelihoods. In order to support the sector, a new piggery business was recently launched by the Minister for Agriculture, Honorable Vati Mirayalu in Waimbongi, Singatoka. The Waimbongi piggery has the potential to house 300 pigs and serve as a model for farmers across the country who wish to venture into pig farming. The day marked a celebration for all farmers, government officials, and stakeholders in its objective to advance Fiji's agricultural sector.
This is not just a celebration of a new business venture. It is a celebration of vision, resilience, and the spirit of partnership that drives Fiji's agricultural sector forward. Let me begin by extending my heartfelt gratitude to all those who have contributed to the realization of this project. My sincere congratulations to Mr. Ritesh and Mr. Ronald Sharma for their dedication and significant investment in this venture. Waimbongi Piggery stands as an example of what can be achieved when the private sector and the government work hand in hand towards a common goal. Ladies and gentlemen, the pig industry is one of the cornerstones of Fiji's agricultural sector. It is a vital industry that contributes significantly to our economy, food security, and rural livelihoods. Today, Fiji has 4,160 pig farms, comprising of 3,923 smallholder farms, 186 semi-commercial farms, and 51 commercial farms. This diverse network has enabled us to achieve an impressive 92% self-sufficiency in pork production, a milestone that we can all be proud of. In 2024, a total of 11,833 pigs were slaughtered, resulting in the production of 717 tons of meat. This marks the largest quantity of pigs processed and the second highest volume of meat produced at the Fiji Meat Industry Board slaughterhouses. Moreover, Fiji has successfully expanded its reach into regional markets. Last year, 1,179 tons of pork were produced both through formal and informal sectors, contributing $11 million to the local economy, with $0.2 million worth of pork exported to neighboring countries. This is a testament to the quality and potential of Fijian pork.
Despite the adversities, farmers demonstrated resilience by exploring new markets and improving biosecurity measures. Honorable Rayalu said the success of the piggery is seen as a testament to the opportunities that can arise from such collaborations between the government, communities, and developing partners. He highlighted that this would in return boost the economy and support the nation's future and investing in Fiji's agriculture sector.
Pigs hold a sacred place in our ceremonies, social gatherings, and community life. From traditional events like weddings and funerals to community fundraisers, soli, and Angona ceremonies, pigs are a symbol of respect, generosity, and unity. Amongst almost all pigs used in these functions are raised at the subsistence level, showcasing the deep connection between our people and this industry. While this system has met local demand, we must also prepare for the future. As our population grows and traditions evolve, the demand for pigs will increase. This is not just about economic gain. It is about preserving and honoring a way of life that has been passed down through generations. The industry has not been without its challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic brought unprecedented disruptions to markets, leading to oversupply and financial strain for many farmers. Traditional events and gatherings were halted, and the tourism sector, a key driver of demand, came to a standstill. Yet, in the face of adversity, our farmers demonstrated remarkable resilience. They adapted by exploring new markets, improving biosecurity measures, and finding innovative ways to sustain their operations. Ladies and gentlemen, the government, in collaboration with development partners, provides critical support through financial assistance, training programs, and capacity building initiatives to help farmers recover. Today, with the revival of the tourism industry and increasing domestic demand, the pig industry is on a path to recovery and growth. The future of Fiji's pig industry is filled with promise. There are immense opportunities to explore value-added products, such as processed pork, which can increase profitability and expand market reach. Ladies and gentlemen, pig production has been identified as a key strategy for addressing protein deficits in developing countries, and Fiji is well positioned to lead in this area.
The commissioning of the piggery is not only regarded as an economic gain, but also as a way to preserve Fiji's culture and way of life. While the new business may open many financial opportunities for the Sharma family, nearby communities will also benefit, as this will provide new employment opportunities, especially for youths. The piggery is also seen as a great income-generating activity to enhance food security and contribute towards poverty alleviation in the country.
We have 10 boys from Yandua, the young boys and out of all this, they have been telling us that they want to do this farming too. The stock that we have right at the moment is 82. Yeah, 82. And you have seen all this, we have 80 pens. Yeah, and we started breeding. By another month, we're gonna fill all these pens with the pigs. The pigs to mature is like when it goes up to 80 to 120 kg. 120 kg, then we can breed them. And when we breed them, then the day of breed, then it takes 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days to give birth. The ministry gave us a lot. Our words cannot impress what the government of the day did it. They gave us a grant. They came beside us, stood by our side, make our vision fulfill. I want to tell you, the nation of Fiji, if we stand up again for the next election, we may elect this government of the day again. Because what we have seen, the agriculture sector is growing very, very fast. We acknowledge the government of the day that behind all our vision, lots of people in Fiji, they have a vision. Lots of people, they have a vision. But to fulfill that vision, they struggle on the way. But we pray today and we ask the government of the day that we may stand side by side and fulfill what the vision is.
In recent years, the rise of women entrepreneurs has marked a significant shift in the business landscape. Women have increasingly carved their own paths, breaking down barriers in traditionally male-dominated industries. One of the most effective ways these women are gaining visibility and expanding their businesses is through participation in women's expos. From unique crafts to innovative designs, women artisans gathered for 3 days to be part of the 7th National Women's Expo at the Vodafone Arena in Suva. The event showcased the very best of locally made products, from exquisite handicrafts and traditional Masi designs to contemporary fashion and homemade treats.
So this is one of the signature events that the Ministry of Women, Children and Social Protection hosts on a yearly basis. So this is the 7th National Women's Expo, and we have brought in close to 400 women artisans from all over Fiji, including Rotuma and the Maritime. So what it means to them is these women have been chosen from the divisional shows. So the best of the best, you may say, that they have come in here with their wares and their crafts to come and showcase it to the whole of the nation. Yeah, so this is an opportunity for these women to come here because they don't have this opportunity every day back in the in the village setting. So we have created this platform for them to come in and showcase their wares and crafts to the nation. In addition to the money that they will get from selling their crafts, we would also like them to go back with extra knowledge that they will get from the training day. Not only that, we've also encouraged them to share best practices while they're with the other ladies, to ensure that the challenges that some women are facing could be another woman would have overcome these challenges with some of the initiatives that they have. So that is basically what we want them to do. In addition to the funds or the money that they will get out of this expo, we would like them to go back with some extra knowledge and be inspired, just from hearing other women's stories, good stories. And also we'll have some sessions where the other stakeholders will be sharing some information. So we would like them to go back with more knowledge, be inspired, and also, continue the good work that they're doing.
In addition to exposure and networking, women's expos are essential for the financial growth of women-led businesses. For small business owners, especially those in creative industries such as handicrafts, finding the right platform to showcase their products can be challenging. Women's expos present an ideal opportunity to display their work to a large, diverse audience.
Sambulare, Adango Meroni, Naikanitomba, Nanduri Madwata, Nadani Nungum business in Meroni's creations and sweet fragrances. Na oya the watamba kindua nungu zakaka in pearls, freshwater pearls. Kyorida nungu tebelia era freshwater pearls. Watake na nangani bibili, watake na fragrances. Asamber ni may bulidin na zakaka nilingaya awatawiya in business in the fragrances. Sa mga unaya sa sarangan nindo me uray da me bolita ki wakamboy subango so ya undo saranga sa go sangar lilibu mai sarababin bina kan sate ka bu so talanga na marama din relita kata talbeso iya sate ka bu me barita ka talanga mai nam business ramita chuko iyo ya wiya babin bina ka balle bu bana ministry wa bina kabali liberto na ministry ni roto vai do rachikongwe na be yambaki na kena mai barita ki chiko na ni mamidaka kanilinga ke maminda tuya ni na be korkoro bir yango ni relako saramai na kena baruta ki non revili na kakana non rangole mai sandu na kalebun wa bina kabali go manda kim la ko mai ongo sen duningunchi kim gamingunchi bandike ya sandu na be baruta ki lebu bina kabali na tambazaka ni marama women's na kena ni mamina numichiko na marama.
My mom was a weaver, so when I was little I wanted to learn. That's when I was in class 4. And she said to me, you're gonna sit there and do your own math. She didn't want to teach me. So I have to look at what she's doing and try and copy it. So I'm very good at copying. Anything I see, but I copy and I change it to my way. Years back, I used to teach around Kutamet. There was Kuta in Ra, and the ladies don't know how to do round net or basket. So I went there and did a workshop there. And the women in the Highlands, Highlands, I teach them too, because there's Kuta there. The only problem, there's no Kuta where I live, so I can't get access to it. But I do a lot of teaching. I go back to the island. Anyone who wants to know anything is welcome to come to my home. I will teach you. I believe in sharing everything I know. I don't want to take any knowledge to my grave. I want to share it with all the women. And I expect them to share it to others too.
Membau ni murusa mai ravati tali tio ina na soba to mai volita ina tio vavitina wa mere o kai sudu mai san on rui volito na tona ngase ni ba ravito ina na muli wanua ake de lama me vai ito rawata ngane lama me atau merai au muli mau au nano atau au muli karavito ngana labora wa member se fa no una usava wati valveni arabu lalu vengo karavito ngana labo ngani wa mere kitora ni nakavati na kono bi matanggali basket na iri, na sau, na taumbe, kito sa haraw ni Takava, chiko vina wa mer. Yes, toso sarti ko vina kana vinakati valevu, batani ravandin din takai, rani senga din nindo na vanoy viti, merakila ni vakatali chiko kina na vakalakango, inanito koronga by Etskino Vaturova, korna dan nito korma mama takatok nakera, korla itak nga, le kito levatok nga na matabubari. Au via basala takira nga na wekangu marama na biasa ibiti ni senga nila wondondua etiku na kakito kilango na wamere. Ay labo itu na biasa na kira nga nanduin nakakaniling ngandu solia tu nakalo weekend sa wala nga kenda minta vaya nga taka minta maku taka minta vaya nga taka neraw ninta vaya lavo kini o inakoro do ba buwal gagata kiri tiko na ngonelo inakoro isin nakalakan dondo na lain dambel mani bali bola ama kay tungay bali na wisinga donga nakawa obolitaka saraw kina naman lavo Dubag nga na tereta biyo ka solo, si terecha ina, wala ka bubulta ka, sa taramay na mo. Sa wala ka dami na bayang atak, natali di sa dusulit weekend.
For many small business owners, especially those starting out in the industry, the opportunity to make sales on site can be a significant boost to their finances. Another powerful aspect of Women's Expos is their role in inspiring future generations of women entrepreneurs. The exposure they receive not only increases their visibility, but also helps to normalize the idea of women as powerful business leaders. By equipping women with the tools and resources they need to succeed, this contributes to the larger movement of women supporting women.